Hey guys, welcome back to the 2011 Collective. My name is Clay, and today, boys, as you can see, we're actually not at the shooting range. We're actually at the house here, and that's because we are doing first impressions on the long-awaited, not only just to get the gun, but then when I got the gun in March, I haven't been able to do anything with it because I was recovering from surgery. So this is my Hayes Customs Cobra ported island barrel and the silver PVD and all the black controls. I am so blessed and privileged to be able to bring this gun into the collection. But let's get up close and personal. Let's dive down to the desktop. I'm going to show you everything that you get in the box. I'm going to go over the fitment checks, and then we're going to get you guys on your way with closing thoughts. So let's dive down right now. As we are back down here at the desktop with the Hayes Customs Cobra ported island barrel, we're going to jump through very quickly of what you get in the presentation and in the box and all the goodies. Then we'll step through the build specs and kind of just do a walk around of the gun and get up close and personal with it. Then I'm going to run you through some of my fitment checks that I do, just kind of check fitment prior to really shooting the gun in, just to see how those tolerances change as you shoot the gun in, the gun settles in, all the parts meshing and melding together. So there's that. So let's jump into the presentation part of it. And I know for a fact that this is Major Havoc's favorite thing to do, which is an unboxing. So I'm going to keep it brief for you, Charles. I'm just playing with you. You know, I love you, big guy. All right, here is the Pelican case. Got the Hayes Customs gun emblem on there. You open the box up here. You will get your, of course, your foam insert. Got the Cobra series. Nice little emblem there. Really nice kind of presentation as you open your box. Then you'll move into the next level of foam, which is you'll get your nice little laminated sheet from Ben Hayes. I'm going to pull this off camera real quick and I'll read this to you just so my camera doesn't keep auto focusing. So again, tells you thank you for buying the gun and spending your hard-earned cash with the Hayes brothers. It goes into all the build specs. Again, I'll keep this brief. It's got a 9-pound recoil spring. It's got a 17-pound hammer spring. The trigger weight is at 2.5 pounds. We'll check that here in a minute when we go over the trigger. It's got serial number and then a completion date. Of course, it's signed by Ben. Really cool, nice little touch. Moving into the kind of the next part of the goodies in the bag here, we have got the Nighthawk iOS system, which is a really cool system. So you can see this slides on and off the top of the slide, and what's cool about it is you got that little punch pin right there, so you can punch that out, slide the red dot and that plate off, slide this on, and then when you want to swap these out, they don't lose zero, which is really, really cool, really thoughtful design like that. And of course, boys, you can't have a 2011 build without sort of stickers. So here they've got you covered. You got some cool Hayes custom gun stickers and some patches, and he's got some fiber optic replacements there for your front sights. I don't personally have a use for this, but some of you might. So you guys that are into stogies, or you got still on the old cancer sticks, or you just need to light a campfire, you got this really cool little Zippo lighter. Nice. And last but certainly not least, probably my favorite thing in level 2 is this guy right here. This is my Hayes Customs Guns Handcrafted Precision koozie. You can't go to the range on a hot summery day without keeping your drinks cool with the old koozie. So they got you covered there, man. It's really nice. I know I'm taking a piss, but presentation, could not be happier with that. Really, really nicely done. Now, getting into the star of the show, which is the build itself, let's do a walk around and just talk it out here, guys. Okay, so again, this is the ported island barrel offering. I also own the bull barrel as well. It'll be a later review. This is going to begin an all silver PVD with all the black DLC controls. If you guys have never seen a sight tracker or ported or a island barrel before, as you can see, it's just normally like a bull barrel, but they keep that raised rib. And of course, they cut this big old U-notch out of the slide to accept that rib for barrel fitment. And what's cool about these too, as well, as you can see, is the dovetail is actually milled in on the barrel instead of the slide. So that's why they call it a sight tracker. So you don't actually ever, this doesn't reciprocate during shooting, so you actually can stay, you know, it helps you, I guess, stay more target focused, I guess. Again, I'm not an iron shooter, but I could see that if you were, that would definitely be beneficial while you were shooting. So really nicely done. And of course, we've got this outfitted with a Delta Point Pro footprint with the Vortex Defender XL sitting on top. This has got a 4140, I believe it's a 4140 slide and frame. Moving into the grip, this is a Chile E2. This is all aggressive, and of course it comes with the non-functional grip safety, pin grip safety, and then it's got that not Dawson Precision, it's got the Hayes Customs magwell. I really like these magwells. Again, I've got it. I also got a Chile on my XC, and I've got this magwell, and I really like it. It's got that rounded little nub, so when your little meat fats up on there, it's nice. Contours really nicely to my hand. I really like that. So if you've never shot one before and interested, I would highly recommend taking a peek at this. Really digging that. Moving into the fire control unit, or the ignition assembly, it has got an Extreme Engineering ignition kit in this. And I'm not gonna lie, man, I've really been enjoying the hammer design and some of the uniquenesses on the disconnector head. They're a little bit more narrow than an EGW disconnector head, and I've been noticing that, just little different design touches, and really been enjoying the kit here. So probably going to look into buying some more of those as I do other project builds. Of course, it's got my favorite thing in the world, the Atlas High-Ride thumb safeties. Can't go out with those. It has got an X300 Ultra on here. I just rocked this for holster compatibility. It has got a drilled and tapped mag button. It's kind of got, the spring weight is kind of your Goldilocks. It's not too hard, not too soft. I'm probably going to add a Dawson Precision low profile mag button to that. I really like those. And of course, this has a Atlas medium flat trigger, and we'll show you the trigger on this guy here real quick. It's got a little bit more take up than, you know, kind of set my triggers up, but it, you know, again, it's adequate for just you know, your normal use. But I'll probably tune that out whenever I take the gun apart. And then got a nice wall, hit the wall, nice clean break, reset on this guy. You can see up close and personal here. Oh, so short, man. Super impressive with how they set these triggers up, guys, on these builds. I think it goes without saying, Ben Hayes is a master gunsmith when he's fitting all these parts and tuning the gun, and it just, again, this gun is nothing but class. So with that being said, I believe we need to do some trigger pull. So Ben said it was 2.5 pounds on the sheet, so we're gonna verify that real quick with our Wheeler trigger pull gauge here. So let's get a 3-pull average on this gun and see where we're sitting at. We'll go right in the middle and we'll go real slow. You don't say. 2.5. So Ben, right off the docket, nailing it, brother. Let's go again, see where we're at, right in the middle, going slow. 24.9, so we're almost right at 5. We'll enter that in our last pull just to get an average here. Oh man, Ben must be using the same gauge that I am. So we're sitting right at 2.5. Truer words have never been spoken by the Hayes brothers. All right, man, like I said, we've got a perfectly tuned trigger. Love it, love it, love it. Again, we'll have to take out a little bit of the pre-travel and that, get the gun set up a little bit nicer for me. But I definitely think that is an adequate take up for most, most guys. Let's get into, now that we've went over kind of all of the build specs on this gun, let's get into our fitment checks, right? So first and foremost, I always like to do slide to frame fitment. I'm kind of big on slide to frame. It just shows you where they took the material off in the frame rails when they were fitting this gun. And on the slide, just this gun is so tight, guys. Again, the different types of fitment that they've got to do up here on the barrel as well, and that kind of, again, having that big U-notch and say up front, just checking slide. I'm trying to see if there's any movement here. There is none whatsoever. Again, pressing for barrel fitment, just pushing your thumb down on the hood right here, see if there's any movement, trying to see how these lugs are fit up in the slide. And then of course, you know, as it comes out of battery, we just want to see, check up here for, see how the hood was fit up here up on the breech side of the house. Just see it, this gun is so tight, guys, like, oh, but it's so smooth at the same time. It's so tight but so smooth. Barrel fitment, beautifully done, no issues there. Moving into my next check, which is grip to frame. Again, just something I like to check for tolerances. You take your gun and you're looking right up here where the grip module meets up to the frame in these different areas, and to include up here like how it transitions into the grip safety. So just take your gun, put it up to a light source, and just kind of rotate it on an angle, and you're just looking for little slivers of daylight. You'll see on a lot of your polymer kind of builds that, you know, especially on some of the cheaper offerings, you'll see them like right back in here, and you'll see those slivers of daylight. I'm happy to report there isn't any daylight on this gun whatsoever. Really, really nicely done. Moving into kind of your small parts fitment check. So this is your thumb safeties. Again, these thumb safeties, I would say that they're probably a little bit stiffer, on the stiffer side, but again, this gun is brand spanking new, you know, coating, gotta, you know, work the gun in. I actually am starting to prefer a little bit of a stiffer positive upswing on a safety, just because I've got meat fat, you know, said how I like to grip my gun. You can see my meat fat kind of rolling up right there under the safety. So really appreciate, you know, just being a little bit stiffer on the end, and we'll shoot this gun in and see how she breaks in on the small parts. Mag release button, again, it's kind of your Goldilocks area. Fitment on the trigger, you can see beautifully done. There's no slop or play that I can see in this guy whatsoever. Moving into the, I like to do another thing, which is my shake test right here. So I'll take the gun and I just kind of shake it up to the microphone and see if there's any slop or play. I don't hear anything on this gun, so that's always a good sign. Sometimes you get like a ambi-side safety loose, or, you know, maybe your trigger's loose and it'll rattle kind of around on these metal grips. So just, again, just checking to see fitment, to see how tightly the gun is done. And I believe that's all for just kind of my walk around for my fitment checks. Let's look at the blending on this guy just right out of the box. And I already know that you guys know this one's going to be beautifully done, because on his build video he shows his process on how he blends the back of all of his guns and the transitions and how he dehorns it. He even shows you up on the front end up here on the slide, he actually manually does this with a file. That bevel right there, that edge where he softens that corner of the slide right there, he does this by hand, guys. This is all done with a file by hand, old school hand fitting on this gun, just years of doing this thing. This thing is absolutely stunning, guys. So that is it for just kind of my walk around and my fitment checks. So let's get you back up top and get you closed out with some final thoughts. All right, guys, we are back up from the desktop with the Hayes Cobra here. I hope you guys enjoyed the tech specs on this build and the fitment checks. Just kind of some closing thoughts on this guy as we get you guys on your way. Is this gun is, in my opinion, it's everything that everybody says that this gun is. I didn't feel left wanting in any way. I guess that's just the best way to put it. I am extremely happy to own this gun, but again, we have got to shoot this gun. You know, again, you know, shooting a gun 1,500 rounds, 2,000 rounds, you know, it can change your perspective. You know, does it have any hot spots on your hands? Like, we got to get some long range sessions with this guy to give you, you know, kind of our assessment, and we'll get you that review here in the coming week or so as I get that video footage and edited that guy out. And then of course in part 3 we will take this gun completely apart, show you wear pattern, show you all the component parts that make up this build, and then we'll get this review kind of completed and out of the queue. So that's it, boys. I hope you guys enjoyed the content today, and be on the lookout for my 1500 round review on the Hayes Cobra. Peace, y'all.